This is Tyler. Tyler, with Grammarly's help, is writing an email to his boss, Anita.
Hello, everybody. Let me just fix this up here. Okay, close that, close that, close that, close that. All right. Long time no see, everybody. I hope you had an excellent week with your other class, and we are actually in the final throes of all of this. Right? We've only got this week to finish up, and then we are off to the races with quickly barreling towards summer. The good news is that most of you are in excellent shape to have this credit in the bag. We are just finishing up a few things around the Crab novel. We're doing a little bit more short story writing, a couple of small little bits of the curriculum that we still need to clean up. But overall, I'm super pleased. I'm super happy. I'm sorry that my out of classroom responsibilities have been so much. I don't know why they all backfilled into June the way it goes. So if you took a look at the schedule that I posted on the Google Classroom, just let me bring it up here just so that you can see where I posted it. I posted it in the stream, right? So Monday and Tuesday, you have me. 10:30 a.m. YouTube, hopefully closer to 10:30 tomorrow now that the technical problems are there. It always wants to do software updates and things. But then at Google Meets, I have to do it at 1:30 because unfortunately I have some appointments around 2 o'clock that I don't want to run into. So Google Meets are a little bit earlier than usual. If this does not meet your availability because you've scheduled yourself around a 2 o'clock start, just send me an Edsby message or comment on a post or something just to let me know that you're out there just so that I can mark you for attendance. Okay. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you will have Miss McLean again. I'll still be around in the background. I'll still respond to messages. I'll still do all the marking. Unfortunately, I just don't have the ability to be on stream and on camera during that time because I am going to be participating in a conference called the Canadian Labour Congress, where I am going to be a representative. I think there are 6,000 different union organization participating this year on probably the biggest Zoom meet I'll have ever seen in my life. And that is a 3-day event. So I have a lot of things on the go. But obviously, I'll still be out here. I'll still be marking. I'm still to be doing the planning. I'll still be supporting Miss McLean. She just has to be the face on camera. So hopefully you're enjoying the time with her. She seems very lovely, and just a young teacher doing her best to sort of get out there and get to know kids and get to start hopefully a career in that she absolutely loves in the long term, just like I do. Okay. So, so if you're looking for the schedule there, obviously I am at your disposal over Edsby messages, emails, things like that. But everything will have to be by appointment if you need my attention above and beyond that. Miss Burney will still be around. Miss Beal, Miss Haggerty, all of those support people are still around. Obviously, you got Mackenzie, you got Jen as well to help you out if you need any assistance. Okay, so just checking the chat. Don't see any comments. So looking at the classroom activities, right? Obviously, If you are in good shape, you should go through and click on each one of these to see, for example, right, some of these will still have as many as 8 assigned. And so that it means that there's a few things that people haven't quite cleaned up. Okay. So please feel free to go back and take a look and double check just to make sure that there isn't any work that you could complete to boost your mark even more. Again, as long as you've got the work done by the end of the weekend coming up, I don't have to click submit on my report cards until a week today. So, if you need to take the weekend to finish up anything, or if you want to try to get your mark as high as possible, you can do that. Okay. Obviously, all the crab journals are here. They're in order all the way up until I believe we finished last week on 19, right? So if I click on 19, right, there's still, I guess there would be 3 because the 4th person is Mackenzie. Mackenzie doesn't have to do the work in the class. Okay. And then up here for today's work, we still have the crab final assignment. Most people have gotten these finished. As you can see, there's not too many left that are out there. But technically, this is due today, so I've left it here for everybody. Okay, so if you have anything more to do on that, please finish it up. You have crab journal number 20, okay, which is what is Crab's reaction to having his finger amputated? Ooh, spoiler alert. How might you react if you had something similar happen? What might the fact that Crab's 2 lost fingers as a result of his running away represent on a symbolic level? Meaning, like, what does it mean bigger than just the actual physical loss? And number 3, why did Crab not want to reveal who he was? Why does Crab finally reveal his identity? And the word you have is antiseptic. Okay? So finish this up. Again, the goal is to try to do all of them. Try to do more than one as a minimum. Okay? And try to answer complete sentences around like, this is my answer and this is why I believe it's correct. Okay? So for political cartoons, you have 3 questions. So it says select 3 of the political cartoons attached and answer the following questions for each. Number 1, briefly explain what is shown in the image. Number 2, is there any text? Why do you think the text is important? Number 3, why do you think the message of what the message of the cartoon is and why? So here are your options. Okay, so you have distance learning, in person, virtual, virtually impossible. Then you have this one where it is a hot mess. Virtual classes are going great. We're learning all about the one-room schoolhouse. Next one. See, this is called the outdoors. Oh, I've only seen this level on my video games. We have marketing to kids. Don't be ridiculous. Vaping with all of these things like bubblegum flavor, chocolate chip cookies, and so on. And then finally, the history of North America. And you have all of these little tabs that talk about Nunavut and Newfoundland, Saskatchewan, and Canada. And down here, it has First Nations 1350, 13,500. It's not your 150th birthday. So, a political cartoon is a visual piece of media whose purpose is to express a strong feeling, thought, or idea about how the world is or is not working well, and is trying to make people consider a different point of view either through humor or through something eye-catching and so on, right? Because if you wanted to write a critical essay around distance learning, you could, right? However, this is much more about how to get people engaged on a very surface level. So it's not, super high literacy, not lots of words, and so on. So I'm asking you to pick any 3 of these and to do a little bit of an analysis on them, right? So your questions are briefly explain what is shown in the image. Is there any text? Why do you think the text is important? What do you think the message of the cartoon is and why? Okay. So it says 5 are turned in. Obviously, if it hasn't reached the standard now that I've given you the lesson, I will send it back to you and ask you to add more. Okay? So, story writing is the big piece that is coming this week. Okay? So as you can see by this instruction here, it says pick another writing prompt from our list, another idea or your own, fill out a creative writing planner, and then use that to write a rough copy of your story. Miss McLean will help you finish this up into a good copy later in the week. So this obviously is not due today, right? The whole story is due by the end of the week. Okay? So down here in the creative writing unit, you have your prompts here if you need them. Okay, you can use it, you can write it on any topic you want. You have your creative writing planner here if you need to borrow it again. Okay, and you have all the different details. So basically the goal is that you're going to be writing a short story. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Xavier. You're going to be writing a short task, a short writing task, a story of some kind with a beginning and a middle and an end, to be done within this week. It is slightly condensed, I know, but overall, I think that you guys can do it. Okay, so if I hop back into the class, right, as you can see coming up, there's a small song lyrics thing and a Crab Journal number 21 coming tomorrow. And then on the 16th, which is the Wednesday, you have your last Crab Journal, and then you also have a final review. Okay, so actually this one, I'm going to change the schedule for it because it's not supposed to come out on Wednesday. It's supposed to come out on Thursday. Okay? So, and this final review is due on the last day of class. Okay? So the final review is like the exam, in the sense that it is your last task assigned in the course due at the end of the last day. Okay? So you guys are almost done. You can make it any story you want, just make sure it's school appropriate. That's all I ask. Okay? Any other questions about what this week will look like? So you have a bit of crab work to finish up, you have a story to write, you have a few small media tasks to do, and then on Thursday and Friday, you'll have the final project exam, which will be this review of crab, which I promise will not be super hard. Okay? Are you talking, sorry, Evan, can you just clarify, do you mean you're going to use the planner that you already filled out and then make that a longer story? Like actually write it completely rather than just use the planner as it is? I say go for it. If you feel like you can write a story and it's really good on that, that's fine too. Just make sure you point that out to Miss McLean when you see her on Wednesday. Okay, so if you want to use the planner that you've already filled out, which you haven't necessarily turned into a full story yet, that is fine by me. Okay? All right, any other questions? Xavier, just make sure that you check Edsby. I think there was a message from Miss Bernie there for you this morning. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll be meeting at 1:30 this afternoon, not 2, 1:30, okay? At 1:30 we'll be meeting, just so that I can reiterate and solidify the day's learning in a timely way before I have to run off to my 2 o'clock meeting, okay? Seeing if there's no other questions, obviously you guys can head off to work. Send me an SB message or arrange something if you need my attention. I am around and available. Just let me know how I can help. Reach out to the adult that you trust the most, obviously. And we'll talk later.